Alright, in this video, there's going to be a lot of people that watch this that will use this as a list of games they want to buy. But I'm really making this for parents who have kids that want video games, and the parents are absolutely oblivious as to what they're buying their kids. I know that there are kids out there playing awful games, and if the parents knew what their kids were doing, I think most of them would have the sense to take it away. So right now it's January 2013, and there's games that are coming out. So this, while this may seem outdated in a year from now, a lot of these games are still available at game stores that it will be, used sell games, and other games will be just super discounted. So it might seem like a good idea. Hey, I'll save some money, get my kid a game. So one of those games that I'll talk about first, it's actually kind of on the older side. It's called Mafia 2. It's a second installment of a game. Uh, Now, aside from being a game where you're murdering, it also has licensed Playboy magazines that are in the game as bonus perks, hidden Easter eggs, where you can go out on side quests or you just kind of stumble across them in back alleys, much as kids do in real life. But it's all in game, and it's a very large number of pornographic images that are in the game. You don't have to buy anything extra. And I actually saw that game at a Big Lots for $15 or $20. So that's one game that I definitely not recommend. If the name doesn't give you a clue, Mafia, it's basically a murder simulator with pornography. Which who was it? The Bundy murderer. Go watch his interview. So the next game that I want to talk about is kind of along those lines. It's called Hitman. That one came out in 2012, just November, so it's still kind of a new title. And that is also a murder simulator. Um, that game is horrific, and that you learn all these different skills into how to murder people and how to kill people quietly. It also made a mockery of the Catholic Church in having assassins dressed as nuns. That's kind of a side issue. I'm not going to pick on games that are, shooters, um, like war games, Call of Duty, although I will talk about Call of Duty as well. Um, but the games that this is the top of the list, do not buy your kids these games. So Hitman, Mafia, any of those games, um, Far Cry 3. That game came out last month in December. That game is awful on a lot of levels. It's just a very depraved game. It's not worth buying your kids. And then, if you don't already know this, any game, and your kids will call it GTA, Grand Theft Auto. Um, I like the premise of an open world game where you can run and go do whatever you want. I don't have any problem with that, but when the premise of the game is that that you're a criminal, and I'm only anticipating the latest installment to just be more um, immoral than previous. But in previous installments of the game, you would go frequent prostitutes to restore your health. Yeah, real nice game there, and you just can go kill whoever you want. And while I do like the idea of an open world game, and the company that makes it does a really good job technologically, they're evil people that are doing it. Um, so if you're an adult and you want to play that garbage, go right ahead. I think you're sick. But if you're just an unknowing parent, there really is a lot coming out now that should not be in the hands of kids. Especially if your kids are on any kind of ADD, Ritalin type stuff. I'm not going to go into a tirade on that stuff, but don't mix the two. It's not. It's been proven that that's not a good combination. Gears of War is an excessively violent, for violence sake, game. Now, another game that's coming out in March 12th, and it's your kids might come up with all kinds of clever ways of saying, "Oh, get this game," um, of keeping it. Oh no, it's just you're a Greek god. Here's this game called God of War, and uh, you know you play some demigod, somewhat like the antithesis. I think that's the right word of Hercules, the opposite of Hercules. And in the previous ones, there were mini sex games where you had to pleasure a woman, or I don't know. I didn't play the game. I just am aware of what they're putting in these games. So uh, that's a game to avoid. Sleeping Dogs is another Asian mafia game that doesn't have much good in it. Well, much good. That's claiming that there is some. Those are the games that are coming out or that are recently released. There's another one called Saints Row. Any of that franchise is just as sick as, not as sick as Grand Theft Auto, but when you get that evil, I mean, are there any more levels or degrees? It doesn't really matter. Um, Bioshock is a game with a lot of violence and a lot of um, vulgarity. I'm not aware of any, sexual content that's in those games. But also another franchise that actually looks somewhat innocent. They paint it that way. It's called Fable. And the first one that came out, I think it was for the Xbox, didn't have what the predecessors did, where you can go get married and have a wife, and then you can go cheat on your wife, or you can go just visit prostitutes and not get married, and it keeps track of your STDs. You can buy condoms, which prevent you from getting STDs. This isn't a game. How is this fun? I really don't get it. But those are the games that are out and that are coming out, and I'll be releasing videos like this regularly, just to keep you as parents aware. And like I said, I'm sure there's going to be. You could probably judge how good this video is by how many thumbs down it gets. If it has a lot, then there's probably a lot of people that are watching this and using this as a list of games they want to buy. Fortunately, that's probably the case, but for those of you who just aren't aware, I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions about any particular game, and I am more than willing to research it and let you know what I think. Thanks for watching.